Hello there. I'm sitting on a bench at a junction on the Weaver Way, which is the part of it that's right near to Winsford, and you'll see bits of the salt hills. It's mostly rock salt, it's not purified yet, but yeah, there's still working salt here. There's also a Lion salt works on the Bridgewater, I think. I've seen that from walking the towpath there, and there's a pub nearby. But this is obviously still being worked as we walk along. We're heading further into Winsford. I thought this would be a good place to start and make our way back. Then I'll explore the town a bit. I won't bore you with all the history of there. I used to work for the council, and that was part of it. There is the Vale Royal. Anyway, I'm really comfortable here, and I've got to start moving, haven't I? Because it's a nice. I like the combination of, you know, because there were barges not that long ago used to collect very, very valuable resource. Still is, I think. Still of some value. So you continue on that way. That takes you off to the Anderton boat lift eventually, things like that. That's another walk. The Anderton boat lift is a Victorian thing which raises and lowers actually from the Bridgewater Canal. It drops down onto the Weaver, or vice versa, the Weaver, and it lifts it up. The whole shebang, the water with the contents of your boat on it. And it's well worth hanging around there. There's shops and stuff like that. And yeah, I suppose I better start moving. Don't want to really. Just, never mind, I'll get some refreshment later. Yeah, I know, I suffer for my art. Right, come on. See, this is ideal. I've got all this camera and I can't do it normally because I'm doing exactly the same thing. No, I'm not. I'm only joking. I've not got that stage yet. What's for tea, Mother? I don't know, son. Bit like Psycho, isn't it? He was in the at the end of the film. Anyway, some trucks there. Well, that's for the truck fans. Little niche. I know all the details. Yeah. So there's some interesting things besides the mountains of salt. It's very apparent because I'm a crusty old salt as well. Apparently, no. So enjoy this. So if you're not familiar with the area, you'll find it is interesting. It's not just a disused railway line. There is actually a number of things. This is really, when we reach Winsford, that's the end of the navigation on the river. You can go beyond that, but not with a canal boat. Like a lake beyond there. A bit of useless information. And there's an upper level, but the reason I'm doing that is not because, well, I want to take it easy. It's not that. I can do it, but you don't, excuse me, yeah, there's more to see. Now, do I follow that or just make that little cut? I'll go around, Because you see a bit of not just the river, there's a big pond. This is a fishing is allowed apparently, but most of the fishermen go on the Weaver. Weaver's open for fishing as well. If you've got your modern TV, you'll have this inglorious 4K high res. Still do well on your phone. Because of the default on your phone, you can turn it up. You know, some people think, oh, he's teaching us how to suck eggs now. No, but if you don't know that, you can turn up the resolution for videos and YouTubes, and then don't forget to change it back, because it uses more memory and stuff like that on your phone, and tilt it as well or whatever, to make sure you get it on landscape mode. I won't tell you to wash your hands before lunch and things like that. You used to get that in the good old days, weren't you? And sit down while you're eating. Mountains of salt. What I don't get, I'm sure there's something that's resolved there. That is a big, I don't know why I'm zooming in because I'm going to walk next to it, but as you can see, there's a lot of rock salt there, yeah? Now what happens when it rains? There must be a lot of salt, brine. Not just going one way or the other. Mind you, all the vegetation would be dead, it'd be that much. So I don't know how they've managed that, but it doesn't appear to have tainted the waterway of the system or anything. So there you go, that's nice, isn't it? Some swans. Or a swan there. You can see somebody on a forklift. There's a dragonfly ahead of me. I can see it, but you probably won't see it on the video. It's not going to stop, is it? No, sadly not. There's two, and they're trying to link up, as you do in life. Luckily they're non-smokers. That helps, doesn't it? Yeah. So there's a road, I can't hear it, but naturally there would need to be, wouldn't it, to get rid of all that salt. They don't transport it on the barges anymore. Not that I'm aware of. The narrow boats. See, you can use a wide beam boat here, because this is a river, it's not a canal. So that's why we're on the low level. It's very nice on the higher level if you did it longer and did a loop. But I find it's just a bit too long, and it takes me a hell of a long time to process 4K videos. The irony is it wouldn't be any further, if you see what I mean. Because this one I've walked, taken photographs as I do, like I say, and make a slideshow and then go back. But that would be the same as if I did the whole thing in a loop, but it's too long. Be over an hour. Tight lines. Yeah. Bit of a breeze, which is welcome actually. Got a nice little spot there, because fish have got very good eyesight. And that doesn't just mean through the water. They know, particularly movement. So he's yeah, got a nice spot. Yeah, and as I say, he's not on that pond there. That fishing pond or lake, whatever it is. He's on the Weaver. It's a lovely varied river, the River Weaver. Combination of salt mountains, an abbey, get off and go to an abbey and all that kind of stuff. And right up to the refinery, and it leads up onto the entrance of the Manchester Ship Canal near Marsh Lock, beyond Runcorn, and it's got high pressure steam valves going off and things like that. It's like chemical refinery on one side, and then as a contrast you've got the wind turbines on the other side. Another thing I did go walk, let's see where it was, from the Dragon's Bridge to Harwoden Bridge. I walked it linear, but I kept pausing it, so there was only like half an hour, but from an hour's walk on it, really. Well, this is too interesting, you know, like I say, I'm not following just a straight former railway. They don't tend to meander very much. And I saw a dragonfly there. There'll come a time I'll get one when it just stops for a minute on its hunt. Okay, mate. It was a couple. Yeah, slight incline. Yeah. There's a signpost here. Yeah, we're still on the Weaver Way, following the River Weaver. Or is it the Trent and Mersey going back to the Anderton lift? The Bridgewater Canal, when it reaches a tunnel near the Anderton boat lift, it becomes the Trent and Mersey. Anyway, those that know would know, and those that didn't know wouldn't would just accept what I've said. But I do believe it could be the Trent and Mersey Canal, which transfers you the lift, the whole shebang. As I say, for a short while you're on an upper level. It's jointly shared here, and again to the left is the higher level, but we're going down to see more of those absolutely spiffing salt mountains. It's just crying out for a bag of chips. And there's some heavy industry here, some kind of works. I don't know what it is. It would be related probably to salt or whatever, processing of some kind. Doesn't tell you anything about the brand, the name. It's just anonymous. There's an outflow there. It's a bit foamy. That's not ideal, is it? I may well go as far as the Winsford, which I am doing, but just stop at the Red Lion, which is where oh no, I didn't start there. I started a bit further back where the car is, but that's probably where I'll end. As I unofficially am a pub inspector, you know. You get these bloggers, don't you, and they go in a hotel and they say, I'm a blogger, and you shrug your shoulders as if, and they expect you, well, I'll give you I'll film everything on there, and they want to stay there, you know. Doesn't matter how 5-star, it doesn't matter, they are, and they're very offended. Well, tell them to, don't know if they're cyclists or not, but they tell them that, you know, if you could do that. Still in the area of the works. It's not the works, you won't be able to get a book there or something. Big shed type of thing there. Good place to put a seat, isn't it? So you can pick up all the ambient sound nearby while you're trying to relax. And that's been there a long time, so what do you expect? I mean, the powers that be. Yeah. I don't really know the town though. I'm going to find somewhere where I can pop in. You know, maybe somewhere that's got its own car park. God knows what it'll be. B&M bargains or whatever. So I can have a quick look at the town. I don't think it's like some of the other Cheshire towns. Sort of black and white timber buildings or anything. But it's just from as I'm here. There's a lorry on the road there. Let this lady go by without me intruding on her walk. Well, that's it. So as I say, it's the Weaver Way. It follows the river and passes all the salt mountains And you can see as we get nearer to Winsford, you get some traffic and roads coming up. Yeah. It's a bit cloudy, but it's a perfect day otherwise. I can't really complain. It's like when I was with a friend in Chester, it predicted thunderstorms and everything. And apparently the coach he went on was like more like a minibus, because you know what's happened? I mean, they should be held responsible. There's businesses need that, and there's people book, including the Grover 5-star, they book a weekend or whatever, and they rely on these weather people. And I just think, and even though on that morning, and it's the same with my friend, he was saying it was still raining and stuff, but it didn't update. It still said you were going to get storms, and that's what we were expecting. That's why I organised stuff that was indoors, and most of it. They tend to err on, I don't know why, because you've got things like umbrellas and over, you know, and a jacket. So why do they do that? Yeah, why do they make such a pessimistic, not local, or could have, you know, I just give up. I've actually got 2 apps. One was free, and there's one I got which was I preferred because it covers the continent, Europe as well, more accurately. But they're the same weather for whatever region, and there's a different. It's almost like your horoscope, isn't it? And people, whatever you say, they'll believe or not believe. And then you point out, well, open the same one, same day on the newspaper, and then get another newspaper. So, and then they say, oh, well, some of them are fakes, but well, how do you know? It says probably something like you're going to meet some friends, and you're very friendly and all this kind of stuff, which is not really, for prediction, it's not really difficult, I wouldn't think. Anyway, what am I waffling on about? So, the River Weaver. Let's have a look at these little signboard. History of Winsford waterfront. So if you like, you can, and you've got a big screen because you still won't read it, just pause it, get all the information. Look at some of the boats there, docks and stuff, factories. So this is, a lot of it's reclaimed. Still got the mountains of salt, but that's what generates some towns, isn't it? Something like that, a quarry or some salt. San Francisco, it was gold, wasn't it? Yeah, so So even now, although I've said, you know, I don't want it too long, we've gone half an hour. There's probably another 10 minutes to get to the pub. That's okay. Can hardly pause this and then film the last 10 minutes. And then a bit more. You could do one for somebody who likes to boil in a hard-boiled egg. Just do a 5-minute one. And then you wouldn't have to keep an eye on it, would you? And the video ends. Or maybe a little message, not the end, or your egg is now perfect. Message comes up. Your hard-boiled egg. Yeah. Sort of creative, isn't it? I'm on a league with Bob Dylan and all these kind of folk, isn't it? You know, that kind of character. But I tend to not go on. After you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah. And as for tickets, you know, I pay them what I could afford. That's his phone going off. Yeah, I'm always surprised at people in that industry. It's absolutely horrific. It doesn't, you don't survive, and it does. It just highlights your smallest little fault, and it feeds it. So it's not. Yeah. Anyway, a bit of big stone there. Massive piece of sandstone from some kind of construction building of some kind. It's going to be something like 3/4 of an hour. Sorry about that. Actually, no, sometimes I do a long one and they become popular. Some people like a longish. Maybe an hour, just a little bit more. Quite happy with that. Some people, not everybody. I just don't watch some people's blogs that go on for 2-3 hours. I've probably gone on about it and then waffling to somebody. Oh, how are you, Jim? Did you get that new kettle? Okay, it's nothing more irritating. Well, I don't care what he did or not. This is where you get a bit like Jack D. Just hope that whilst he's watching this idiot, he burns his hand from the hot water and then you don't hear from him for a week. Oh no, because then it'd be the 3-hour blog would go on about the hospital visit and how they suffered. See, I'm not pausing it. I want to film it as much as I can all in one go. So it's not edited. Why? Because I've got better things to do and I can make more videos without spending time editing them. flashing lights and little arrows pointing at things. That's a duck. No, that would be silly. No, that's a mandarin duck. Very good in Chinese restaurants, that. Oh, there's somebody on a boat. Magic. They are, I told you. Maggie May. Now, I did a little reel that you only make on Facebook, and he's on there. He was doing some work on the bow of his narrowboat, Maggie May there, that chap. So he's got his wife or partner or whatever with him. Not far now, folks. I do like edited films, by the way. It's just in my particular circumstance, it doesn't suit me. I do like, for a long time I just filmed them, and a lot of Japanese did that. They just film it. There's no sound, there's no music, and there's no commentary. In their case, it would have to be, you know, they have to faff around trying to put as many translated languages on it and all this stuff. But I do like them, especially when you're abroad or it's a train journey and that. You need somebody to give the information, the price of the ticket and how long they took, and there's a little overhead view of the route. And so I'm not anti, just in my case, I'm aware of my limits. Yeah. What I prefer, to be honest. I could do, honestly, if I started years ago, it would be spend hours not even filming, thinking about what I'm going to do and what kind of tricks I'm going to put into it. You know, after watching Orson Welles films and things like that, all these cinematographic things they do. There we are, we're coming up to the car park of the Red Lion. Yeah, it's going to be about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, you can zoom that. There you go. It's an ambulance followed by a police car. Could be a traffic problem. Only guessing. The pathway. They are the Weaver Parkway Trail. Alright, that's where we are. See that there? And we were around there, so there's a lot more that you can't see there. Oh no, it was where that seat was, that junction there. There's a lot more, obviously, and like I say, it goes to a lot more places because the Weaver's a long river. Okay then, thanks for joining me. I hope you like that little walk, and I'll see you next time.